Hello and welcome to Utogs, your not-so-serious source on the Utah photography industry.
From fashion editorials to full-day wedding coverage, we're here to give you all of our unsolicited advice
Interview local talents.
and share perspectives.
All right, we did it. We made it. Hi, I'm Allie with Montemayor Photography. I am a Texas transplant. I've been here for about 17 years, and my background is in art. I used to be a charcoal and acrylic artist, and then I decided to have twins. And I could not fathom the mess that would happen. So I picked up a camera in about 2020, and I had no idea at the time that you could make money doing anything other than family portraits. And so I took a stab at it.
Of course.
Yeah, it did not go well. Immediately regretted that decision. And then I eventually found editorials, fashion, weddings, and I haven't looked back. It's been a really great journey. And I am based out of Layton, so northern Utah. And it's been such an awesome spot to find locations. I have Antelope Island nearby. I have the mountains like 15 minutes from me. And I've loved every step of the journey. Shannon, what do you do?
So I'm Shannon Ferrell Photography. I'm also a transplant here in Utah from Michigan, middle of the mitten. I've been a photographer since about 2012. I started back in Michigan. I also started in family photos.
Yeah.
Family photos and senior photos.
Yeah.
And immediately knew that wasn't my calling.
We all start somewhere.
It's definitely a talent in its own.
And we have many recommendations that we can send your way, but
Absolutely.
not our specialty.
No.
We will never be your go-tos for families.
Especially like living here in Utah now because everybody has a big family. Everyone has a lot of kids. Everyone wants photos for every season of life. And it's really hard to just step away from that in a way.
I mean, there's such a huge market for it here, so I see why some people pivot towards it. But for us, I feel like we really thrive among the chaos of a wedding industry, but not so much the chaos of a family shoot.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They're different. Different levels,
They
different
are
forms.
very different. And if you take on family photos, I give you all of the props, honestly.
So much respect to you. We could never.
Yeah, so I started, like I said, back in Michigan. I have been in Utah for, oh my gosh, probably 12 years now.
So you like it.
Yeah, Utah is home.
You're stuck here now.
And then I'm based just south of Salt Lake City. So I also take advantage of northern Utah, all of the different locations. Maybe we could even do an episode of sharing our favorite spots too.
Absolutely, we should.
That'd be fun.
I'm down for that.
So I specialize in weddings, obviously now, but I have been struggling to find like my not niche, but like editing style, I guess.
Oh, girl, I will die on the hill that you are cinematic. Cinematic storytelling. She does such unique angles and lighting styles with her photos and imagery that it feels like you're in a movie.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to move into like more film photography as well. So I feel like that is kind of like my calling.
That's a whole other beast.
Yeah. I love it though. It is very intimidating to start, but once you get that roll of film developed and you're like, oh my gosh, like these have such a different feel to them.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 90s babies, so
We are.
I get why it feels nice to us.
Right. I remember my first film camera. It was like a little pink Barbie. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
It printed in like film strips too.
Oh. Was it like, oh my gosh,
Like an instant type thing.
Do you remember those really skinny ones that would print out a strip of film?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It was like pink, Lisa Frank style,
I
writing on the
loved
side.
Lisa
It was a huge vibe. It was a whole vibe.
I had everything that was like the pink and purple dolphins.
Yeah.
And...
all the folders for school. Okay, we digress.
Anyway,
I specialize in editorial fashion work and lighting. I do a lot of flash photography, full sun, anything creative. It strikes a chord with my heart. I am inspired by a lot of, those oil painters you had to study in high school. Yeah, those are my go-tos for inspiration.
I could see that for you.
I try. I'm not quite into the realm of like a painterly style, but I do like to kind of walk that line between fashion work and a very like high-end portraiture.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I will die on the hill that everybody needs to print their photos and have themselves showcased in their homes as a work of art.
I agree.
I think it makes you feel differently about yourself when you see yourself at your best in
Yeah.
the perfect lighting.
And not from a CVS printer.
Yeah, exactly. And also not the camera of not your phone camera.
No.
It just feels different. It has more value. So that's the hill I die on as a photographer is print your work, see yourself as art, treat yourself as such.
I love that.
Well, thanks, I tried. So the whole MO of this podcast is to give you our feedback on the industry here. We want you to come with us as we interview people that are locals, friends we have relationships with, people we don't know yet but are willing to know, but also to get insight into the different realms of photography. We have fashion editorials, there's concert photographers. We'd love to interview one of them.
That would be awesome.
That's something I know
I would
nothing
love
about.
to try that.
Mad Rob Photography does really good with it. Maybe
Ooh,
we can
she's
get her to
good.
come on.
Yeah. I've followed her for so long. I've never met her in person, but she seems so nice.
She's a sweetheart. I like her a lot. And so we have these friends and people here. Utah is like the mecca for photographers. There are so many here.
So true.
I always joke that if you throw a lens cap, you'll hit 40 photographers because we just like congregate like seagulls.
It really is like that though. Like everybody in my circle anyway, I know probably 7 or 8 people who are just like hobbyist photographers in our family.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But that to be said, we fully believe that this is community over competition. There's clients for everyone. As long as you're like spreading the love, spreading the knowledge and everything, you will find your people and your clientele.
Absolutely.
We got this. We're trying. But we want to interview people, really give our insight onto how the culture works here in the photography space.
Mm-hmm. It's very different. So if you are not from Utah, you probably have no idea what we're talking about at some points.
Let me enlighten you. Utah is notorious for being light, bright, and airy. These are words that I would not use to describe either Shannon nor I's style.
No.
Let's just say we're not afraid of the shadows.
Or direct sun.
Or highlights. We really thrive in like moodier situations. We want to create art that's just a little bit more dramatic. Dramatic is a good term.
Ooh, that's a good word. Yeah.
Yeah. We bring the drama.
Yeah.
But in Utah, light, bright, and airy kind of reigns supreme. And I think that has something to do with the culture here of like, there's a lot of LDS weddings, which happen in the mornings or during the afternoons.
Mm-hmm.
And they are happening in front of very white buildings, which are called temples.
Very true.
So you're dealing with really bright conditions, bright coloring. And for those weddings, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And I think there are plenty of photographers here that can relate to that, and they excel in those weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Us, I don't know how this happened, but in my 5 years of doing photography, I've only done 2 weddings that were at temples.
I've only done 1, and it was a second shooting job.
Yeah, which is interesting, right?
Yeah.
You would think that since we live here, we would have a concentration of it.
That just shows how different our style is, though, compared to, I'd say, like 80% of the photographers here.
Yeah, I agree. And I think what we specialize in is finding clients that I know that you get flown out a lot to go to different locations, which is awesome. I think that's what we all dream of. And then I have a lot of clients that either fly in because Utah has such vast landscapes. We have the sand dunes, we have the salt flats, we have the mountains, we have the Great Salt Lake that turns pink. Like we have
so pretty,
really unique structures.
Especially Moab.
Oh, yes, from Moab. Can't forget Moab. So we have these really unique structures that invite people in, and that's where I found a lot of my clientele.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, for me, like all of my elopements are basically out-of-staters.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
We all aspire to have that. So we have a unique perspective in that our clientele aren't necessarily Utahns, but we are working a lot in Utah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're here to share with you is our story, our observations, of course, our unsolicited advice and opinions, because believe me, we're full of them. And we're inviting you to join us on this journey.
We'll just kind of treat it as like a phone call with a friend.
Yes, please. Be our friend. Please. We're going to open up the discussion. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your stories in the photography realm, the photography space. Shannon, can you tell everybody where to find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Shannon Ferrell Photography. If you want to find me on TikTok, it's just Shannon Ferrell Photo.
And you can find me across all socials as Allie Montemayor Photography. We're so excited to start this. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.